Welcome. My name is Tai, and I'm here to break down what I believe will be two great builds to use against Chesnaught in the upcoming 7-star raids. Of course, we need to be prepared for a number of scenarios, so I'll be going through a few worst-case scenarios with a damage calculator so that you know what to expect in the event, say, that you've got a Gholdengo and Chesnaught has Earthquake, or perhaps you're bringing Annihalape and Chesnaught is hiding Zen Headbutt or Shadow Claw. So with that, let's get into our first build, one that I think could be the go-to for this raid. And that build is Gholdengo. With this build, we're really drawing on Gholdengo's two main strengths, special attack and physical defense, making this a great choice against a physical attacker like Chesnaught. Our EV distribution will be 252 special attack and 252 defense. Keep in mind this is 252 physical defense and not special defense. And we'll put the rest of the EVs into HP. In Gen 9, Metal Coat acts as a way to boost the power of steel attacks, so we're giving Gholdengo the Metal Coat as a held item. Its moveset includes Nasty Plot and Metal Sound to maximize our damage to Chesnaught, and instead of Make It Rain, we're choosing to go with Flash Cannon here, as Make It Rain lowers Gholdengo's special attack, forcing us to waste time using Nasty Plot over and over again. With Flash Cannon, however, we can do consistent damage without the need to continually use Nasty Plot. At this point, I would like to spend a minute or two going through a couple of damage calculations on some worst case scenarios for Gholdengo. For Gholdengo, we won't need to worry about fighting type attacks, so let's focus on what Aerial Ace, Seed Bomb, and Rock Slide could be doing here. We'll also take a look at Earthquake as well as Shadow Claw, just to get a sense of what you might want to watch out for. So I've set up a scenario where Chesnaught is fully upped its attack to +6, and we don't have any attack boost or defense boosts. What could happen here? We're using Reflect, and Chesnaught's using Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace could be a possible 6-hit KO, so probably not too much to worry about there. Seed Bomb and Rock Slide, however, are a little bit more of a worry, with a 3-hit KO chance. The biggest danger, of course, however, is Earthquake, because that is a guaranteed 1-hit KO. There's not a whole lot we can do if Chesnaught's carrying Earthquake on this moveset. So if it has Earthquake, Gholdengo may not be the choice here. But if it doesn't have Earthquake, I really think that Gholdengo could be a pretty wise choice against Chesnaught. But yeah, Earthquake's a problem. Let's take a look at Shadow Claw. Shadow Claw, another worry. We're looking at a guaranteed 2-hit KO, so that's another thing to watch out for. But Earthquake's the real big danger, the biggest threat for Gholdengo. And with that, let's take a look at our next build. Annihalape again makes a return here, as it's proven to be quite versatile against a number of previous raids. The one difference here, however, is that we're going to be focusing on defense and attack instead of HP and attack, as previous builds have done. For solo raids, Metronome is a great choice as a held item, but you could also swap this out for Shell Bell, particularly if you're doing team raids and are worried about breaking the attack chain. As with the Inteleon raid, we're going with a Fighting Terra type and the moveset Screech, Bulk Up, Drain Punch, and Rage Fist. If you're using the Metronome, the strategy will be to set up a couple of bulk ups and then just start hammering Chesnaught with Drain Punch to take advantage of the attack boost as the chain continues. Once you've taken a substantial amount of damage, or if the chain ever breaks, you can switch over to Rage Fist later in the fight. And at this point, let's take a look at a couple of worst case scenarios with a damage calculator for Annihalape. Similar to Gholdengo, fighting type attacks aren't really going to be a problem, of course, for Annihalape. So let's instead focus on some of the other moves, like Aerial Ace, Seed Bomb, Rock Slide, and then of course moves like Zen Headbutt and Shadow Claw. So in this case, we're looking at a worst case scenario where Chesnaught is at a +6 in attack, and we've maybe only got a couple of bulk ups off, giving us +2 in attack and +2 in defense. Pretty much every single one of these moves is going to be a guaranteed 2-hit KO. So do watch out for, you're going to be probably dying a few times, which for Annihalape may not be the end of the world, because as we get more and more damage to us, Rage Fist is going to become better and better. But let's take a look at Zen Headbutt, for example. Guaranteed 2-hit KO. Aerial Ace, Seed Bomb, and Rocks, with the Rock Slide being the only one that's not a 2-hit KO. What about a move like Shadow Claw again? I believe this one will be problematic for us. Yeah, again, another 2-hit KO. But for this build, dying, as long as you don't die too many times, not necessarily the end of the world, because we can actually make use of that damage with Rage Fist. So Annihalape, I think, is going to be a pretty good build again going into this. Of course, the key difference with Annihalape in this build, however, as opposed to previous Annihalape builds, is we are focusing on 252 defense instead of 252 HP. Because if we take a look at the converse case, there is a much greater chance. There's a greater chance for a lot of these moves to do more damage to us. So instead of going with HP, we're putting our EVs instead into defense this time around. And with that, I would like to say thank you for watching. Good luck and happy hunting.